right, the cat's out of the bag. Everyone knows Josh Dobbs is here. Robert Joshua Dobbs, a native of Alpharetta and a graduate from Alpharetta High School, is a young man who possesses intelligence, leadership, and a natural ability to rock the quarterback position. He developed many passions in life at a very early age: academics, football, faith, service, and a love for airplanes. In addition to his on-field football successes as a four-year letterman and team captain for the University of Tennessee Volunteers, Joshua was an incredibly bright student. He is a May 2017 graduate of the Tickle College of Engineering, where he completed a 5-year aerospace engineering degree and a business administration minor, all within 4 years. Most recently, Joshua was selected by the Pittsburgh Steelers as the 135th pick for the 2017 NFL Draft. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to introduce to you the man, the myth, the legend, Josh Dobbs.
There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He's told us not to blow it, 'cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, let the children lose it, let the children use it, let all the children boogie. Starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He's told us not to blow it, 'cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, let the children lose it, let the children use it, let all the children boogie.
So I hope we don't have many Georgia fans or people going to Georgia. I know that was a good game for all of us, but in all seriousness, hello everyone. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, and I'm really excited to be here today. I want to thank the Alpharetta High School PTA for inviting me. And of course, the great singing is tough to back that up, but that was outstanding. But it's crazy, 10 days ago, I graduated from the University of Tennessee. And within 12 hours of getting my undergraduate degree in aerospace engineering, I started my new career as quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. But 3 years ago, 364 days ago, I stood on this stage at this podium celebrating my graduation with my classmates. It is an honor to be invited to share a little bit about my journey as an alumnus of AHS. I could go on for hours about what the process has been like. However, to be conscious of those that will follow me, I'll just share a few key highlights. So needless to say, the last 6 months of my life have been a whirlwind. On December 30th, I played my last football game as a Tennessee Volunteer at the Music City Bowl in Nashville, and at that point, I had 2 goals on my mind. I was going to finish the last 2 courses to complete my 5-year aerospace engineering degree in 4 years, and second, I began my preparation for the 2017 NFL Draft. Now, many athletes who have yet to attain their college degree the spring before the draft choose not to continue school due to the extensive amount of training and work that it takes and that is involved in preparation for the draft process. However, for me, it was never a question of whether I would stay in school to finish my degree. So 2 days after we wrapped up the bowl game, I started weekly commutes every week, flying to Sarasota, Florida to train for the NFL Draft, and back to Knoxville to finish up classes. So needless to say, I racked up a few frequent flyer miles. If you follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, you'll definitely see that. And over the course of that period, I've also been interviewed over 1,000 times. And each interview would eventually focus on one central theme. I've been asked countless times, why was I doing it? Why was I devoting all that time traveling back and forth for training and school? Why was I worried about graduating when I was about to be drafted? Why did I want to play football when I could just pursue engineering? And my response to those repetitive questions was really simple. I wanted to leave a legacy. I wanted to inspire kids to not only be great athletes, but inspire them to want to be great students and community servants as well. I wanted to have a legacy in which I left the place a little bit better than it was when I arrived. Now, this is just an example of my plan to leave a legacy, and I realize each person is different. However, there are 3 consistent fundamentals that can be used in order to positively impact the people and the environment around you. First, there has been a network of people that have supported me to get to this point today, and have supported each of you to get to where you are today. You must recognize who those people are, and then work to surround yourself with people who have the same mission as you. At Tennessee, I was very fortunate to be exposed to many people who have been very successful on and off the field, and those who have suffered pitfalls and have been forced to learn the hard way from their mistakes. One individual story who has stuck with me to today was former national championship running back of Ohio State, Maurice Clarett. He made a lot of mistakes, he made a lot of bad choices, but his message was simple. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. We are all a byproduct of our surroundings, so when you are immersed into the real world, surround yourself with people who are goal-driven and are on the same journey as you, because it will define what your future holds. Secondly, just as it is good to diversify your finances and not have your eggs in one basket, it is that important to stay multidimensional in your personal life. For me, my diversification involved academics and athletics. However, for each of you, the paths will be different, whether it's singing, whether it's academics, whether it's sports, whether it's theater, whatever it is, use the experiences that you learn from in college and embrace them and go out and enjoy it, enjoy the journey. Remember that each path and experience will mold you into who you will become and will open countless opportunities down the road. And finally, you are going to face challenges and be told you can't accomplish your dreams. Don't allow negativity to determine your destiny and alter your ambitions. Throughout my journey to where I am today, outsiders have constantly attempted to tell me what I cannot do. Throughout elementary and middle school, I was told you can't play multiple sports. You need to just focus on one. You can't play in the band and play football. No one else has done that. In high school, of course, not by anyone in this room, I was told you will not be good enough to pursue sports at a college level. Even in college, I was told you can't major in aerospace engineering, minor in business, and finish that degree in 4 years. And if you do, you can't be the Division I quarterback of a major university at the same time. And even throughout the pre-draft process, I was told, you're too smart to play quarterback in the NFL. The moral of the story is, if you focus on what people tell you you cannot do, then you are taking time and energy away from what you can do. High achievement takes place in the framework of high expectations. Never forget that. As I close, I'd like to share one of my favorite poems. Ironically, it's the same one that I shared with my class 3 years, 364 days ago, and one that continues to inspire me. Written by Helen Steiner Rice, is titled, "Climb Till Your Dreams Come True." Often your tasks will be many, and more than you think you can do. Often the road will be rugged, and the hills insurmountable too. But always remember, the hills ahead are never as steep as they seem, and with faith in your heart, start upward and climb till you reach your dream. For nothing in life that is worthy is ever too hard to achieve if you have the courage to try it and you have the faith to believe. For faith is a force that is greater than knowledge or power or skill, and many defeats turn to triumph if you trust in God's wisdom and will. For faith is a mover of mountains. There is nothing that God cannot do. So start out today with faith in your heart and climb till your dreams come true. So now I need you guys to grant me a few more minutes of your time. I'll need a little help with this part. I'd like Principal Kersey and Coach Nichols to come to the stage for a second. You can welcome them. So let's start with a little background. How many of you guys know about Coach John Gruden? Anyone? Yeah. We got a couple football people. There we go. Okay, so if you don't know about John Gruden, he is an ex-college quarterback and an ex-NFL head coach who led the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win Super Bowl 37. And he actually got started coaching at my new alma mater, the University of Tennessee, and he currently headlines Monday Night Football and is one of the most influential ESPN football analysts. In the pre-draft process, he also hosts a show called John Gruden's Quarterback Camp, where he interviews the top quarterback of the NFL draft. I had the honor of being one of 6 quarterbacks this year to be featured on the show this past April, and it was an amazing experience. Now, one side of Coach Gruden that people do not know about is that he also has created and runs a nonprofit organization with a rather unique name and is an example of how to turn a negative into a positive. And the organization is known as the FFCA, which stands for Fired Football Coaches Association. He created it after he was fired as the head coach of the Buccaneers in 2008. So even though that door closed for him, Coach Gruden loved the game of football and couldn't see himself no longer being part of it. The FFCA started out as him setting up small offices with game film, any game film that he could get his hands on, grease boards, notepads. It was a place where he could study and analyze the game. He then opened the office and resources to other NFL, college, high school, and even Pop Warner coaches, and is involved into a football think tank. Eventually, he established a charitable arm of FFCA, which has provided support and financial assistance to high school programs to aid in the development of student athletes. And this brings me, long-winded, to why I've asked Principal Kersey and Coach Nichols to come up. So on behalf of Coach Gruden and the FFCA, I'm so happy to present a check for $5,000 to my alma mater, Alpharetta High School. Like Coach Gruden, I love the game of football and hope that this gift will help our program, our team, and our players keep the game strong. So thank you, AHS PTA, for inviting me, allowing me to come home and be a part of today's celebration. Congrats to each of you in 4 days. Enjoy it, because it really does go by fast. Never forget, always be a Raider, and God bless.
Thank you, John.